and we're 23:07. I always have to make sure to check before we begin, you know, any messages from chess.com support, but you know, we stay undefeated. I thought the guy that had the king shuffling for 400 moves played a very suspicious game. Surprised he's not banned yet, but what can you say? It's a very, very accurate player. All right, B4. We're playing a 22:45. A5. I feel like we can kind of ignore that. At least that's what I've decided to do. Knight F3, castles. Again, I'm going to leave that there. This is our typical situation. I've got the center pawn. Black's got these pawns here. I think a rook on B1 feels pretty good there. Also, queen on A4, I like. So yeah, I think we want to play D4. We want to play queen A4. All this good stuff. And I'm thinking about A4, but I'm going to hold back for now. If I can control B5 with my pieces, I'll be pretty satisfied. Here, I think we should take. That will be a weakness on that square. Can bring the rook. We also could try bishop A3. So don't think we want to take and help him redevelop. Yeah, I think just bishop here. Rook C1, knight E5. These are all the moves we want to do. Bishop A3 was also a pretty good move. Maybe even a better move. A little bit of regret not playing bishop A3 and just taking back with the rook there. Yeah, so much regret. I think I'm going to play bishop back to A3. Maybe knight E5 though. Yeah, knight E5 looks fine. This is a bit too much. I can't do that. Takes. Let's take here. He's got to take this one now, but we should be winning some pawns. Queen takes and queen takes, or rook takes and rook takes. Guess I'll take with the queen. We're against Master Paul here. I think this is going to be a capture, right? Rook here and takes. We could also take these pawns as well. Yeah, I think we probably do need to take these. Much as we want to take the center pawn, I just don't think we can. Don't think we have time. It is weak, so we can start targeting it now. Rook B2 might be useful. I do feel like making an escape square. Hopefully we have time for that. Rook A4. You know, rook B4 takes. I think you can actually take that. So are we going to rook C4, queen B2? I would like to trade one pair of rooks, maybe two, but certainly one. I feel like the two rooks can be a bit annoying. Yeah, I don't really like helping that pawn get over there. Yeah, unfortunately, queen b8, I was counting on. Doesn't quite work, but he will be pretty tied up here. We don't have any specific edge. Okay, we want to play f4, but then he's going to go rook there, and he's going to go d4. This is not going to work just yet. We've got to bring the king. We're not going to have much here, just one extra pawn. He allowed rook h6. This is with check. And as much as I'd love to protect this pawn, I don't think we can. Easier to pre-move this way for sure. GG. GG Master Paul. We had an error near the end where I thought that for some reason he couldn't take because of queen b8, and he has rook back to e8, which escaped me. So we kind of just handed the pawn back for no reason, and it could have just doubled. So I ended up making our job a little bit harder, but otherwise, we are just up a clean pawn. This is an absolute dream from the opening. I've said it 100 times. Anytime you got these two pawns over here against the center, which is actually quite often in the speed run, it's just obviously in white's favor. This is a backwards pawn. It's on an open file. We have more control of the center. Always good for white. Hey, we got the same guy. We got the same guy with the same colors. So he's changed / improved his variation here. Okay, bishop b7. I think we should take. d4 is a bit annoying. Yeah, let's take. See what he wants to do. Oh, bishop takes feels like a free tempo for no reason. Might even just play. Yeah, I think we'll just try a5. Can be kind of annoying. I do want to play d4, but black also gets some good squares for the pieces there as well. So what I'm thinking is a6, d4, knight takes, and hopefully bishop f3 after. I've used this plan of basically trying to put my knight on c6 there. So let's see if it continues to work. Now this is a bit, he's kind of giving me the option of knight a4 if I want to try to clamp down on the c pawn at all. I don't really know if that would be good. Give it a try. Bishop a3, queen out. We definitely need to move our queen here. Feels like a good time for h3. This is annoying. Slightly. I still think we can play this, but yeah, I think we can play this. As weird as it looks to allow bishop takes f3, I think it's something that we've done a few times in this speed run. Definitely take here. Remember, our whole goal was to trade the light squared bishop and try to bring the knight to c6. So I feel like we're just doing that now. Knight c5 takes. Pawn takes. We don't have knight c6. That's bothersome. Oh man. Man. Here we have to allow knight b4. All because I'm, you know, desperately shilling for knight c6 here. Honestly, even takes in bishop f6, maybe knight c6 is not possible. What's our advantage? Just the knight. That's it. That's all I got. If the knight moves, we might have knight e7. I suspect black needs an escape square, so that might be well timed. I almost think knight e7 is the intent here. I think rook here. This looks correct. Can take with the pawn. Looks good. I feel that this is a bit more correct, but let's wait and see. It's going to be annoying. Queen c7 after e5. Can't allow rook takes g7. But yeah, e5, queen c7, I don't see anything you can do there. GG. And do not underestimate this a pawn. I know it feels like we didn't really accomplish anything with this a pawn, but put a lot of pressure on the position later on. It's hard to realize in the moment. Yeah, once we got this, like, we are definitely going to be doing well. Basically, anytime I've got that knight to c6 in any of these games, I feel like it's resulted in a very big edge. And these are always going to be slightly better for white. It's almost like we're up material because this queen is useless and this a pawn is a target. We just have so much space. Really, if these pawns were back on like b3 and a2, this would not be that much of an advantage. Yeah, okay, obviously an advantage, but nothing much. It's just the space. It's pawn on b5 thanks to the opening, pawn on a6 thanks to the plan. And that space advantage here is worth almost a +3 advantage, whereas here it might be like plus, I don't know, 0.5 or 0.8 or something. This guy's name is No Maiden's Homie. Okay. E4, I suppose. C4. Now, my feeling is you almost always want to take if the pawn can't take back. We also have this to contend with. So do we take and play A3? Looks pretty good. Or do we take here and play knight C3? Also possible. I think this is a little bit more in the spirit. Ooh, okay. Now we're definitely going to take because of the double pawns. We still are going to need to watch out for this B pawn to some degree, but this pawn is also going to come under fire. So knight E2 looks really good. The pawn can be protected. That's not the concern here. Do we start with this? Let's think. Yeah, I think we just want to play G3, bishop here, and F3 with castling. And the knight needs to support this because I suspect the bishop is coming. Gotta be that one. We're going for F3. All right, let's hope that this idea works. Okay, an all-in approach. Do we go H4? It makes it a lot harder to do that. We're kind of switching plans here, but I think based on the way Black's playing and not developing, that we can probably get away with this. Rook to C1 would be nice. I'd love to play D3. And Black also can't castle because of the H-pawn. Yeah, D3 right now, not going to be good enough because of the knight. I think we need to go here. Guard this. Now, I think it's pretty clear that D3 is well prepared. Do we go for it right away? I kind of like this. I feel that he's trying to castle on the queen side. So I think knight A4 will be really strong. Yeah, okay, now I don't know where the king's gonna go, honestly. He's in trouble here, he's in trouble in the center, on the king side, and on the queen side. I think pawn takes, we take with this knight. And then we'll be threatening bishop c6. Oh, interesting. Definitely take that. Don't think we care about this. The position is kind of collapsing here for Black. Whoa, F5. What the heck? F5 is crazy. He'd rather lose a piece than a pawn. Gotta respect that. True dedication. All right, let's move this knight probably to A5 to attack that pawn. Let's take this knight. Very important, I think. And we're also going to win this pawn one way or another. Rook c4, knight b7. Whoa. King here. I think f4 is the move that you hate to see if you're black. Rook d6. Oh, I don't even know if he's gonna make it all of these moves. He's looking pretty slow here. GG. No pawn moves. King in a box. Rook defended. Safe to flag. Yeah, so I do really like taking when the pawn can't take back. And for the most part, I do capture on f6 when the pawns can get doubled. That's always a good thing. So combining those two ideas and then doing this, we just want to make sure we're very solid on the dark squares. G3, H4, knight here rather than knight f3, for example. And yeah, the whole center starts collapsing. There's weak pawns basically everywhere in this position. And our development is pretty good. Black's king had nowhere to go. King side, queen side, center, it was all covered. Okay. B4. And let's not hang a pawn. Keep that defended. We'll play these moves. At this point, I think I will go for c4. A4 trades. The reason I don't mind this is, I was about to say, it seems like black will have to answer. So I kind of expected c5, but instead we just see that. Let's take. Rook to b1. I really don't know if it's true, but it feels like that pawn is weaker than this pawn, you know? Knight e4. I think d3 makes sense. Maybe this knight is rerouting. Could be, could be. D4 is, it's kind of a sad move to block the bishop, but it's possible that it's good. It feels pretty bad to block that piece for no reason, it would seem. Let's do it. Could go here. We want to get rid of this knight. One of these two moves next, I think. Oh, yeah, that might change things. That indeed might change things. Make a threat. We do have a move like bishop c3 or bishop a3. I think that it's time to start threatening b6. I do think that's important. Something like queen here. I mean, knight c7 is an idea, but I might keep it simple with just bishop c3. Rook b5 doesn't work. And then rook b1. Nah, that line does not work. King up, and we should be delivering well, I was gonna say a mate here, but not quite. Well, there will be a mate now. He'll probably play rook e1. But you can't wait that long and then play rook e1. It's a little too obvious. We all know you're gonna do it, bud. Here you go, have a queen. It's on me. You seem like a nice guy. Seemed like you deserved it. B4. F6. Guarding E5. We've seen this position before. I think we'll try to play D4. And then C4. Interesting. What's the idea here? Knight b3 and a5 might do something. Might win a piece. These high-rated guys blunder in material. Way too common. Let's take that. Okay, knight on b3 is not great. Gonna have to put up with, you know, the kingside onslaught here. Try to control the dark squares shouldn't be that difficult considering we have the dark squared bishop, but Okay, I don't see this move as a threat here. Bishop takes. We can play bishop c4 perhaps. Knight f6. We just want to be careful that that knight doesn't go all the way over to b4 and into d3, but it should be okay. Let's take this, and I think put the bishop on c5. b4 will go back. There's no knight c4. I think probably this. Queen c4. And we want a castle. I mean, we do want a castle, but king could also be very useful over there. Nevertheless, I'm in a castle and play rook a1. I think this is pretty much GG. Let's bring the king over to b3. And everything's falling now. Knight d6 will win that. This pawn is also loose. Now the extra piece will finally be felt. There we go. A tough one. He just happened to be driving through a tunnel. Must have been playing as a mobile wanker. All right. Back to b4. Ready to get castled. c5 we've seen. Might need a rook b1. I think d4. We really can't allow d4 to be played, so I'm going to play it myself. For better for worse. Rook b8, rook b1. Not anymore, though. Hold on. Just means rook b8 is a bit annoying. If we go here, there's queen a5. So it's not quite working. I suppose it's rook c1 then. Not really ideal. Always got to respect these pieces with the potential knight takes d5. We're looking at castle, bishop a3, we're going to go here. Knight e4 would be a huge mistake. This is the move we are concerned about. We might have to just go be greedy here because what the hell else are we gonna do? At least Yasser's happy. I'm not, but it's good to know one person is. Hey, rookie 8. That's what I like to see. That tells me that my greed was successful, paid off. We get castled. Here, bishop b8. It's kind of what my opponent wants. Like b5 in the previous turn might have been a slightly smarter move. Do we believe that there's no threats? I don't know that we do, but we'll go like this. I think knight c7. Knight e4. I guess with this idea next. I'm not sure that this works though. Can we just play this? Because you can't really move the rook to defend g7, so you kind of have to play that. Knight f6, just take. f6, I'm assuming we take. And here, we take this one. Just got to take it back. It's still not completely over. He goes here. I think this might be a little bit worse. I could take, or I could just move this rook. I think this is the way to do it. Yeah, I also wouldn't take the rook, but I think now you have to. Ah. Are we playing this? King takes. Now we need to get our king to some sort of shelter. There we go. There There we go. It's knight and rook. Amazing coordination, you know. Wasn't expecting this to be so difficult, but after allowing rook c2, it's like, I really think we don't have it easy here. Now, we did the right thing, all the right things. Correct, but just took so long to execute correctly here. GG game. And we're on to the next game. We've played Mustang Miles before. That's why you can see the score, 1-0. I don't know that we played him with b4. Let's see. Bring that bishop back. Let's go c4. Let's take here. Castle. I like a3. It always seems useful. h3 as well. We got the center pawns. We've given up the wing pawns. That feels like what we set out to do. Do we play queen a4 or not? The big question. Let's do this. I feel like b6, bishop b5 is quite difficult to deal with. It's like all these moves coming next. Now I need to watch my king side. Some sort of trickery here, but feels we should be okay. Rook e6 is... Oof. That's an interesting one. It really does work out with rook g6 coming, or rook h6. So, if we insert h3, does that help our cause at all? Probably have to try. I mean, I'll definitely throw it in. Really? Does this work? That does not feel right. Our king goes here, which to me feels incredibly safe. So let's see. I mean, we have things like rook h1 coming up next, maybe queen a4 to h4, and obviously this knight is hanging. I just don't see the attack. The sad part for black is king's on a light square. Light squares look weak, and it's the light squares that black does not control. So I like this move, because I think queen h4 is a useful one, but obviously we've got rook h1 staring us in the face here, so we're going to take it. Also bishop d3, especially after queen f5. Yeah, this will be... should be winning. Take that. Queen g1 looks good. Queen c4, we have to respect. Yeah, here queen c4 is a bit annoying. It's not 100% easy here. I think I'm going to move my king. Really bothered by the notion of rook e8 and knight f4, so I think this takes care of things. Queen c4, we have queen e2. And needing to find a good move, though. Queen here, we also don't have the move we were counting on. Not excited about how many of these moves are just not really working. Ay. Go here. King to h1. Probably queen f1 is a relatively safe pre-move. This, could not have been a worse pre-move. That's crazy. Oh, and this doesn't even work. Ay. That's so unfortunate. It couldn't have been a worse timing for a move like that. I decided to get a pre-move in, but it fell victim to bishop d6. I mean, just what are the chances? Okay, any move here, obviously. We're up a rook, so the game is easily winning, but I guess we ended up running out of time. Or not really running out of time, just running out of luck. Rook h2 against bishop d6, and the sad part is you're not just losing a rook, it's like you're losing an entire rook. You don't even take the bishop back because you're probably getting mated there, and it's like, oh my god, it's crazy. Bad timing. All right, let's bring the bishop here. Not pre-moved, of course. We know better than that, especially if we're doing a knight c6 speed run, and we know that b4 knight c6 is not a great move. We haven't encountered it, but if we did, it would be a bit unfortunate. So yeah, we're not gonna pre-move on the first move. Go like this, saving d4 as well. Castle, I think. And d3 or d5, something. Or d4 rather. e4 will go knight back. Both look good. I'll take with the pawn. Hard to refuse the space. Bishop here, we have bishop d3. Okay, so I think we're back on the light square grind here. Knight d4. Actually, I might take the rook. I don't think we want to take that. Takes. Maybe not. Just take on c5 and play knight b5. Looks pretty good. Light squares are still being controlled here. Obviously, getting the queen out of the way from this knight, I think, will do us all some good. But black's gonna play queen f5. Queen f5. I just don't see many dangerous squares the knight on e5 can go to, which is why I'm not really reacting. So what about this? Ready to take on... Ooh. This looks like it works. Lazy move there from us. And we're gonna have to take that, and sadly we're gonna have to go here. Okay, at least we get to take this. Now what? I don't really like this. Pretty much have to try that. Now rook a6 should be the move. And then I guess we've got this. Watch this pawn. Bishop d8 to e7 is an idea. Rook a5 is covered, but maybe rook a1, d1. Black should keep the rook, as I often say. Rook needs to stay here, and based on the bishops, should probably remain on a light square. King up. The nice thing is everything is defended. That's unfortunately never going to be the move. These pawns will be quite unpleasant. GG. Yeah, we're in a tricky position there for a minute. Our artwork got ruined with knight takes c4. Missed a tactic. That's what happens when you live on the edge. Because clearly the queen on e2, you know, some felt off. But in this position, it was this move that did it. Because still, it's not a problem. But I'm not going to lie, I was a bit bothered by queen f5. I didn't really want to allow it. But this was not the way to do it. Black should play a4, rook b3, and we're in serious trouble. ESP. Let's go e3. I mean, we can take here, but there's something also interesting about taking with the pawn. You know, let's make the informed move here. D4, we have knight e4. I'm not too worried there. You never like to have the queen on the outside of the pawn structure. Take. Like, we'd much happier with our queen on d1 here. Takes, queen takes, there's bishop f6, so we're going to be taking this with the bishop. Can just castle, I think. Need to do anything crazy. Ooh. Not that it can be taken, but I don't really care for that. This looks good. He's probably going to take and then take here, though. Rook c7, there's b6. So I thought this position was actually a little bit tough. Because rook d8, there's also rook d1. So I initially was going to play it because maybe we simplify and it just looked like a good pin, but it might just win the game. Extra piece, way too much. Rook a8 is there, rook f8, like, you know, you pick. You move this pawn, and we're gonna get another. There's no stalemates here either. GG. Actually, that +5 puts us there very exactly. GG to ESP918, and that is 2400. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of another episode of the 1v4 speedrun. I hope you found this as tricky and successful as I did in the series. And remember to subscribe to the chessbrah YouTube channel if you're not already, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when we drop our next upload.